Hey everyone, welcome back with Beano Mac. Today we're going to do another playthrough of Battle Arena Toshinden on the PlayStation 1, the original version of course, released all those years ago with all the great tracks and iffy arenas and stuff like that, but great characters, you know, awesome gameplay, even if it's a little bit dated. But we're going to, this time we're going to play as our main man here, Sho, who is the brother of the main protagonist of this game, Eiji. And a lot of the whole motivation and, you know, a lot of the events of this game are kind of because of Sho here. One thing I've never actually seen it, but what's crazy is that apparently Battle Arena Toshinden actually got like a cartoon at one point in time. Oh man, that should have killed her, But anyway, yeah, they actually had like I think an anime. It was like maybe 1 or 2 episodes or something like that. But I don't know. I gotta check that out at some point. I guess I don't know. This franchise seemed like it could have been maybe a big deal at some point. Unfortunately, like I said, I think it was just due to Tekken, and then eventually, because like I don't think Soul Calibur really became a big deal until after Toshinden, because I think Soul Calibur 2 was really what kind of put the series on the map to the widest audience at that point. But Soul Edge was, you know, I haven't played it, but obviously, you know, for it to get a sequel eventually, it had to have been pretty decent. But yeah, this is actually my first run through, so I actually unlocked Sho, and I did him as like a test run before I played as Kayin to kind of get myself reacquainted with the controls of the game and stuff like that. So you're probably going to see me play a lot more sloppily than I did in the last episode, if you can believe that. But yeah, he's got access to all of Eiji and Kayin's moves since he is pretty much the original teacher of them. So I'll try and bust out as many as I possibly can, but some of them I think he might be missing, I don't know. It's been a long time since I played this, and we're actually even doing this one on the normal difficulty, so there's not going to be some full playthrough, but either way, I mean, I'm not a big fan of mirror matches. That's kind of how the Toshinden game is, but I mean, I can kind of avoid it on this one at the very least. There we go, we took care of Rungo there. He's not actually an official fighter, folks. He's just a man who had his family stolen, and he's just a miner, a simple man trying to get him back. Oh man, that was pretty crazy. Yeah, I'm trying to do that stupid fireball. There we go. Yeah, the input reading in this game is not very good at all. I'm sure there's definitely times where I make mistakes, but there's also a lot of times where the input is just not, like I'm holding that fucking forward button and the game still thinks I'm like pressing down. And there we go, Rungo, he's out of here. Uh-oh. See, that's what I mean by like sometimes moves, the damage in this game is really weird. Like that was sometimes the throws that you know, when you get thrown or something like that, or you throw someone, it does a shit ton of damage. Other times it just doesn't. Like the oh shit. Yeah, that's what you got to be careful about in this game, man. But good lord, I can't believe that just happened. But yeah, the damage, it just seems like it's random at times. Like maybe there's some sort of hidden mechanic in which like, oof, I just think I just snapped my fucking spine there. But maybe there's some sort of hidden mechanic in which like if you're in the middle of an attack, it does more damage. I don't know. But like I definitely feel like the damage that these moves do is very inconsistent. But I don't know, I mentioned in the previous episode, it would have been nice had Toshinden been able to like come back, and I think if it had a team that cared about it on the PS2, I'm not saying it would have been a big deal or a big property like in the same vein as Tekken or something like that, but I think it could have like, you know, at least been given another chance at life. And obviously nowadays with how competitive fighting games are and stuff like that, I mean, in Toshinden, I think just the name alone, it doesn't impress a lot of people. So I think if it came back, I honestly believe that. Oh man, that's awesome. That's fucking awesome. So at least I get another chance here, folks. But yeah, I think the Toshinden brand is known for like a little bit of mediocrity at this point, so I think there's a lot of people that did grow up and enjoy it, you know, such as myself. I think it's a fantastic game, but that and the fact that like the fighting games, if you're not like a competitive thing, especially with how much you know, games cost nowadays, I mean, it's just so easy for games to be considered disappointments, you know. I mean, look at Mortal Kombat 1 for example. Although that also is, holy shit! Yeah, even on normal they're doing their desperation attacks. That's crazy. But to finish my point, even with like Mortal Kombat 1, you know, I mean, I guess with that, like, it was a microtransaction and it seemed like a lack of a finished and polished product to really, you know, put that under, you know, as far as like their goals and stuff like that for those fans. But unfortunately, I just don't think that Toshinden could run with these games nowadays. But I did really like the story. I love the characters and stuff like that. I mean, it was obviously good enough to get an anime at some point. I don't know how good the anime is, but I'll have to let you guys know once I watch it. I think it's one of those OVAs or whatever they call them. But it definitely did seem like they wanted this to be like a pretty big project at one point. But I guess at the same time, there's a lot of games around this time, that and the like NES, the SNES era especially, that, you know, they were made specifically to kind of just, you know, be marketable and become a big merchandise seller. Like, I think, you know, Earthworm Jim may have been one of those. I can't remember what it was called exactly, but there was like the cheetah guy from like, I think it was like 182 games or something like that. There was like 200 games that was supposed to be on the console, and then they released it and all the freaking games were like broken or didn't work, and I think maybe there was like 1 or 2 playable games and that was it. But that was supposed to be like a huge deal at the time and super marketable, and obviously that didn't do anything like that for it. I feel like it was something like Game 200 or something. The 90s were a crazy time though. I think everything they tried to make big and marketable and stuff. Oh, and here's this huge bitch here. She actually beat me, folks, for good on this one. Hence why my high score meter has gone all the way back down to 0 before the start of this fight. This is a really cool arena though. I just love how we're on Stonehenge for like for no reason. But also something I neglected to mention, I did say in the last video, her backstory, Alice's, is that, you know, she had a family at one point. They got in a car accident, which I guess was caused by the organization, which is the people who hold the tournament here. All her family died except for one, and that was her dad. Her dad is actually the main final boss of this game, Gaia, and that's kind of her whole motivation for joining, is to find her dad. Eventually she does find him, and in the second one they actually team up, which is pretty nice. But he actually works for the organization, and I don't really know, I can't even remember why they killed his family, but obviously from that point on he plotted revenge. But Gaia does lose a lot of his coolness factor after this game. He's like this big, huge guy with a whole bunch of armor and stuff like that. And in the sequel, he just kind of seems like another guy.
Worthless.
It kind of reminds me of like a Mortal Kombat movie where Raiden was like really cool in the first one, and you know, he was really funny, had a personality, and he's had a cool look, and obviously he was like, you know, the Thunder guy. And then in the second one, Annihilation, he came back and he just for some reason turned into a human and did help join the fight against Shao Kahn, and you know, he lost all the coolness about him. I have no idea what the hell they were thinking with that game, man. Or that movie, Annihilation. And Duke's story, I don't think I went over in the last one either. He is just like a guy who lived in a castle. I don't know if he was like a prince or anything like that, but he was just a really powerful knight, you know, but he was like isolated. So like he was undefeated for a long time, and then he came across Eiji in his travels, challenged him to a fight, and Eiji apparently wiped the fucking floor with him easily. And Duke enters the tournament to try and get revenge, you know, because he's pissed off. And essentially, you know, prove that it was a fluke. So he's kind of like a prototype Hwoarang in a lot of ways. But I don't know, I still think he has like one of the coolest looks in the whole series. Especially his alternate outfit with the gold armor and the red. I don't know, I guess they have to call it like leotard or tights or whatever. And definitely the best theme. Eiji's got a pretty good theme though too. Man, just hit him right out of the air. Mondo used to be, before I kind of realized how to really play this game, Mondo was like the bane of my existence, man. I mean, that dude, it was just like because he could hit you from so far away and stuff like that. It was just like he was the most difficult character. I remember being in tears a few times playing Mondo because it's like, how do I even get to him? It's not fair. And I think his attacks, ooh, that was smooth. I think his attacks too, like push you further back. Yeah, I don't know. What's this? Once again, like some of these arenas are freaking fantastic, and even the textures on this one are pretty great. Where there are textures, but then like the ring out area, it's like they just thought nobody would notice or they forgot or something stupid like that. Like all you had to do was just put the same texture as like we're fighting on right now. I mean, it's blurry as hell, but it'd probably look a lot better on the ring out areas than just some random orange fucking color. I used to think as a kid like they were getting like thrown into lava or some shit.
Worthless.
Worthless. Alright, now it's time to take our brother to town here, folks. Administer some punishment. He shouldn't have come looking for us. Yeah, you can definitely tell there are just some areas that they gave like a lot of care to, and then others they just didn't give a fuck about. Like Rungo's Arena is just muddy textures that don't make. I don't even know what the hell you're fighting on. It's supposed to be rock, but it's just so blurry. And then you look at like this stage, Eiji's, it's awesome, you know. There's the individual slats. You can definitely tell that's supposed to be a wooden texture and it's got a lot of detail to it. And you know, underneath us, like it's not just, you know, a single orange color. It's that you can tell that there's like a waterfall underneath us. It's blue. It's beautiful. All the rocky textures. And if you turn in the arena, you can see, you know, there's holes in the mountainside for you. There's holes where there's waterfalls bursting out. I don't know, this game definitely needed some more time to cook. Yeah, you know you love that flying kick, folks. Woo! Worthless.
Worthless.
I don't know, such a cool 90s edge. Still so much stuff in the 90s that's just so cool and edgy and stuff like that that I love to these days. God damn it, I hate that like instant uppercut. Like I can't do that. I have to do that whole slide first. Ooh. That was a pretty easy round. It's hit or miss on like some difficulties. But yeah, as you can see there's the waterfall in the background. It's awfully square. And then yeah, I still maintain after replaying this, Kayin's stage is definitely the coolest. You can see us fighting on the big screen in the background there. That's so awesome, man. And it looks so clean too. Reminds me of WWE games like the SmackDown series. Holy shit! Yeah, but when I fucking did my desperation attack, dude, you know, I only got like the first 3 hits off. God damn it. Of course, he gets the whole damn combo. That was quite a comeback. Yeah, Titantron, the screen back there reminds me of like the SmackDown Titantron, and I think they had it in the Raw one too, like back in the SmackDown games. That was a pretty cool mechanic that they had. Would have been pretty cool if the Aki games had that too, but you know, just probably a limitation of the N64 at the time. Come on, we got him. Damn. Jesus Christ. Oh, his spine. That had to fucking snap. And the animations in this game are so cool. The best is like when you like smack him upside the head and then he does like his freaking whole Battle Arena spin for like 5 seconds before he just falls down. It's like the handsome Squidward meme or something like that. It's also, like I said, the inconsistency in this game. Like, I'm pretty sure fireballs are supposed to block each other out, but then there's times where they just go through each other for some reason. Like, it's just so inconsistent. Ooh yeah, I got him with that spin kick. That's all this game really is, though. It's just a game of patience.
Worthless.
Oh god, there's that freaking terrible, ugly rug design on the background. You're in some wormhole like that. It's a really cool stage. I just don't understand what the fuck is going on right now. How'd we get here? And where are we? Because like they make... The reason why I say Gaia like loses a lot of like his coolness is because they make him out to be like some sort of like otherworldly creature in this game. And then like the second one, it's just like, yeah, nah, he's actually just some normal dude. All that really cool, weird stuff he had going on, yeah, he's not some weird, crazy monster. That was just some armor he had. Ooh, we got him before he could even shoot him out. Yeah, doing a lot better this time. The last time with Kayin, I mean, I just couldn't fucking dodge any of his attacks like I am now. Like, his fireballs were a lot closer to him for some reason. But there you have it, folks. And all his ending is, if you beat Sho with him and get the full ending, it's just him saying, hey, Eiji, sorry, but I gotta keep going, keep training and stuff like that. But that's all for today's episode, folks. So thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe and check out next week's episode on Fighting Friday. But above all else, please remember to have a nice day.